One drizzly July afternoon, in a Hungarian town, a baby was born. And the baby's name was Ignaz Semmelweis. And this baby grew up to be a rather fine young man. And he left Hungary and moved to Vienna, where he chose to train and specialise in the law. And for some reason, the subject of another story perhaps, he changed from law to medicine. And he made his specialism obstetrics. Now, in the hospital where he was working, Semmelweis noticed a big difference between the mortality rates in the two maternal clinics. So, in one, the first maternity clinic, the maternal mortality rate was between 10 and 35%. Whereas in the other, it was less than 4%. And Semmelweis was curious about this. The reputation of the birth clinic, how dangerous it was so well known that women would beg not to be admitted there, and they'd prefer instead to give birth in the streets, and would pretend to have given birth suddenly en route to the hospital. Street births such as this meant that women could still qualify for the childcare benefits offered by the clinic, but without risking actually having to go inside it. And Semmelweis noticed this difference in maternal mortality rates, and he was the kind of man who asked why. And the only reason he could come up with was that the first clinic was staffed by medical students, while the second was staffed by midwives. And these medical students were performing autopsies, whereas the midwives were not. And Semmelweis thought that maybe what was happening was the medical students were transferring cadaverous particles of death between the corpses and the women whose births that they were attending. So, he suggested that the medical students wash their hands between autopsies and attending births. And radically, perhaps not surprisingly, there was a drop in the maternal mortality rate by more than 90%. Semmelweis truly was the saviour of mothers. However, even though his solution seemed brilliant and simple, it didn't really fit with the establishment view of the time, when people thought that disease was caused not by little invisible things that you could wash off, but by miasmas, ill winds, bad humours. Semmelweis's ideas were ignored, rejected, ridiculed. People told him it was ungentlemanly for them to have to wash their hands. These rich white male doctors didn't want it implied that they were unclean. Semmelweis was outraged by the indifference of the medical profession, and he began writing open, angry letters to European obstetricians, denouncing them as murderers. People, meanwhile, even those in his own family, his own wife, believed that he was going mad, and he did sink into a deep depression. One day, a friend of his came to visit and said, "Hey, Semmelweis, let's go and see this great new Viennese hospital." But as they got close, Semmelweis realised this was no hospital. It was an asylum. He tried to run away, but too late. He was caught by the asylum guards and badly beaten. He died 2 weeks later from an infection caused by his beating.